Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. In today's video, I'll be tipping round 7 of the AFL. It starts tomorrow. I got 7 right last week. We'll just have a look at them. So I tipped Geelong right, tipped Collingwood, missed out on the Saints. We won't be talking about that. Got the got the Eagles and the Demons. Got the Bombers as well as Port Adelaide. I should have kept my tip with Richmond, but I saw the teams and I was just a bit intrigued. And then I changed that tip to the Blues. I was pretty stoked with that. So we're getting to round 7. Starting tomorrow night, 8:10 at Optus. My dog is barking in the background. Great timing as usual. I'm going to go with the Cats on that one. The Pies are back in form-ish. Who they win last week? They did. They belted the Hawks, but I think belting Brisbane is better than belting the Hawks. So I think the Cats will win that one pretty convincingly. 3 goals. Not convincing, but it's a win. Onto the Friday night game now. The Bombers, with a game in hand, they're looking unbelievable at the moment. Doggies played like poo last week, so hopefully they can continue that form and lose again. Giants and the Lions at Giants Stadium makes it difficult. Makes it real difficult for the Lions. I'm going to back them though. I think that... I don't know. I'll stick with the Lions. I'll probably change that. Yeah, I just think they're probably a better fit at the moment, the Giants. If the Giants win, makes it very interesting. I think they need to... Well, of course they need to keep winning. But if the Lions beat them, it's going to be very difficult for the GWS to keep jumping up that ladder again, because they're right in the middle of that logjam at the moment. Saturday afternoon game now. I'll go Gold Coast. They played quite well last week. Jumped down to 9th, unfortunately. Sydney 17th. They're going to stay there. They had a couple of injuries last week that is not good for them at all. So, yeah, with Heaney out for the season, Kennedy out for the next 6, as well as all their other issues. But look, again, Gold Coast aren't at home. They've struggled in the past couple of weeks. Who knows what could happen? Maybe Sydney pull one out of the bag. I don't think they will, though. I really don't. Metricon Stadium, Saturday night. Again, I'm going to go the Tigers. I think that they're coming into form. Roos have lost the last 4 in a row. They're going to be angry. They could win. I'm not going to put it past them at all, but I think that the Tigers up there are very difficult to beat. I think that, they're coming into form nicely. I don't know. It's a weird competition this year. I sort of feel like... I feel like the Tigers haven't really done anything. But I also feel like they're too good to beat North. I'll stick with that. Yeah, I will. On to the Sunday games now. Probably the most intriguing game of the round for me. Carlton and Port Adelaide. Accidentally clicked Carlton there. I'm going to switch over to Port Adelaide. Carlton are anybody's guess this year. They could win the flag. They could also capitulate and finish 17th. Adelaide aren't moving from the bottom. My apologies. But... yeah, it's really interesting for me. Port Adelaide have obviously been the form team of the competition this season. They've proved everybody wrong. They started off with Gold Coast, but they've just continued to steamroll teams. It'll be very interesting in the next block when they play teams like Geelong. And who else have they played? Who else haven't they played that they will play? Collingwood, if they played them? I don't think they have. But yeah, obviously they suffered a big loss to Brisbane. But I think that, they're getting used to playing at the Gabba, which is really good for them, because that looks like where the finals will be. So they need that. Potentially at the Adelaide Oval, depending on where they finish. But yeah, they're warming into their hub life nicely. Carlton could pull one out of the bag. I'm not going to put it past them at the moment. They belted the Doggies with Cripps not doing much. Neither did Doherty. So if those two are on form and they have players like Martin and Cunningham and Williams and all those players playing well, this could be a close game. It'll be one that I'll really be keeping my eye on. So yeah, I tip the Power by a couple of goals. I think it'll be close, but it could also be a blowout. Who knows? 3:35 game now. Hawthorn and Melbourne at Giants Stadium. Another interesting game. Melbourne coming off a win. They'll be pretty confident. Played really well against the Suns last week, mind you. Hawks coming off a big loss last week. They won't be confident. It's a tough one again. It's a really tough one. I'm not sure. Let me know who you're going to go for in all these games, because that's really, really interesting. But I'm going to tip the Hawks. I think that they've just got the speed. Melbourne are obviously still a very young list, and they've been very inconsistent as of late. Haven't been hitting their straps. I think the Hawks, I don't think they're going to finish in the 8th this year. I think that they'll be in that log jam between 9th and 13th, probably 10th or 11th in my opinion. But they just haven't hit their straps this year yet. They have had a very difficult fixture. North Melbourne, Collingwood, Geelong, Richmond. It hasn't been easy for them, has it? But yeah, I think that they'll be like West Coast and Fremantle. These next few weeks, they've had all the difficult games. They've had Brisbane as well. They've had the difficult games. Here's where we see where they're really at, and then they launch at the end. So they're going to be really interesting to keep an eye on. Melbourne, I think, I don't know. They impressed me last week. They really did. They finished really strong. And they deserved to win that game too, because they were up by a shed ton at half-time. Well, near half-time. Yeah, I'm going to go the Hawks with that one. Oops, not Melbourne. Right, Optus Stadium. We've got the Derby. I'm actually excited for this. It's going to be good in front of a crowd. West Coast or Fremantle. I'm going to go West Coast. I think that this is the start for them to go big. I think this is their charge now. 7 home games in a row. 3-3. Both teams are 3-3, mind you. They're starting on 0 points, basically, just with more injuries and more experience under their belt than if it was round 1. But I think that West Coast win. I think Fremantle played bloody well last week, and they deserved to win, and so they did. But I do think that the Eagles win that one. They've just got the better list. Fremantle have got some injuries. Sean Darcy, their number 1 ruckman, should be out. If he's not out, he's got a very good head on him. Fife is under a cloud. He didn't do much in the second half last week. Hayden Young is out. That's a real bummer for my Supercoach team, that's for sure. But yeah, I just think the Eagles, they're coming into form. They needed to win last week, and they did. And I think they're just going to carry that through. And I hope that for them they do 2 in a row at the moment. So yeah, go the Weagles. Right, Monday night. Oh, it's so good to have a Monday night game. St Kilda. No questions asked. If we lose to Adelaide, I'll be burning my membership and you'll never see me again. If we don't win this, I don't know what will happen. I'll be very sad. That's what will happen. But yeah, look, they are my tips. Full preview of St Kilda coming tomorrow. Maybe. Potentially Saturday. Tomorrow or Saturday, it'll be out. There'll be also a cult figures video. I'll be mentioning more of that in that video. So watch out for that as well, because that should be pretty fun. Yeah, I'll submit my tips. Hopefully we don't get an earwax ad. We don't. Cardiovascular disease. That's somewhat better. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go Saints, and I'll see you in the next couple of days. So cheerio, sayonara, and goodbye.